Welcome back to the IPF World Championships here live in Istanbul, Turkey. I am Ryan Sixpack Lapidat, and I'm accompanied in the booth by none other than former junior world champion Gavin Aiden. And Gavin, today we have the junior 63 kilo class, and it is the return of Samantha Eugenie, the prodigy out of France. Everybody was extremely excited when she had emerged a few years ago at just 17 years old as a sub-junior, winning the sub-juniors in 2019. She has returned from multiple setbacks from injuries, ready to write that course. But first, we will hit the platform with Anya Lawrence from US 107.5.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 63 kilo juniors. Our first lifter is Anya Lawrence from United States, 107.5 kilos loaded on the bar.
Anya makes easy work of 107.5.
The next lifter is from Belgium. $120 kilos. The bar is loaded for Bruce from Belgium.
Belgium's Anna Spofi Brice, 120.
Good play.
3 white lights and it's good.
Lifter is from Czech Republic, Dominika Jansova, followed by Diana Mariano from Mexico. Bar is loaded for Jansova.
Dominika Jansova from Czechia, 125 for her opening squat.
Good play. $130 kilos. Mariano Dionet from Mexico. Bar is loaded for Mariano.
130 kilos being loaded now for Dianette Mariano of Mexico. Makes easy work of it.
Good
3
play.
white lights and she's on the board.
Next lifter is from Ireland. Bar is loaded 130 kilos for Lee Kearney. Followed by Jeanette
Leah
from
Kearney
Netherlands.
of Ireland, 130, stays on the bar for her.
Good play, all whites. The next one is from Netherlands, 135 kilos. The bar is loaded for Jeanette from Netherlands.
Jeanette Brockman from Netherlands, 135 on the bar for her.
Good leg.
Good lifting, she's on the board.
Next lifter, from Norway, bar is loaded 135 kilos for Jelta Martha.
And Marta from Norway, 135 on the bar. And we have 2 flights this morning. This will be Group B and Group A to follow immediately after the completion of all 3 rounds of all 3 of the squat
Good
event.
leg. Next lifter, Sofia Ayala from United States, followed by Madison Warren. Bar is loaded 137.5 kilos.
Sofia Ayala from the US, 137.5 for her opening squat.
Good leg, 2-1. Next lifter, from Canada, Madison Warren, 140 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Madison Warren of Canada, 140 kilos for her opening squat. Two to one, it's good.
2-1. Next lifter, ladies and gentlemen, from the United States, Anya Lawrence,
117 kilo being loaded for Anya Lawrence, representing the U.S., beginning the second round of squats for Group B of the 63 kilo junior women's. And they're instructing the lifter, she needs to be upright to get the start command.
So what does that exactly mean, that a lifter needs to be upright to get a start command?
The rule book isn't entirely specific in terms of details. I can tell you to get the start command, you need your knees locked and your chest up.
is loaded for Anne-Sophie Breeze from Belgium.
127.5. Anna Sophie Breeze from Belgium. Seven and a half kilo jump.
Good leg.
3 white lights.
3 white lights. The next lifter from Czech Republic, Dominika Jansova, 135 kilos.
135 for Dominika Jansova of Czechia. A 10 kilo jump, still 5 kilo below her personal best.
Good leg. Next lifter is from Mexico. Bar is loaded 137.5 kilos for
Dianette Mariano of Mexico, 137.5, stays on the bar. This is a personal best, but she handles it well.
Good leg. Next lifter is from Ireland. Bar is loaded 137.5 kilos, still on the bar for Leah Kearney.
Leah Kearney of Ireland, 137.5. 5 kilo personal best should she hit it.
Good leg.
3 whites if she does.
Janek from Netherlands. Coming up to lift 142.5 kilos. Bar is loaded for Janek.
Jeanette Bruckman of Netherlands, 142.5. Locks it out at the top with a little bit of snap. 3 whites and it's good.
From Norway, bar is loaded for Martha Kelpa.
$142.5 for Marta Hjelta of Norway.
Good leg.
And it's good.
Bar is loaded 142.5. Madison Warren, Canada.
Madison Warren, 142.5 for her second attempt. Ooh. Coming out of the hole. It slowed and then stopped. Seeing the replay here.
Mexico, Sofia Ayala from United States. Coming in, 50 kilo. 1.5 kilo jump. loaded.
Sophia Ayala of the U.S., 150 kilos for opening squat. Battles through the sticking point and goes 2 for 2 while collecting a 2.5 kilo personal best.
Moving to the third round of squats. Lawrence from the United States.
Quick peek at the squat standings as they rest now. Again, keep in mind, we have one more flight for the 63 kilo juniors.
Bar is loaded 120 kilos.
Anya Lawrence of U.S., 120 kilos for her third and final attempt. Missed 117.5, opting to go up to match her personal best in the third.
Good grade.
And she does it, missing her second, going up anyways for her third and hitting.
From Belgium, Sophie Brice. 132.5 kilos, followed by Mariano Dianet. Bar is loaded for Brice.
And Anna Sophie Breeze of Belgium, 132.5.
Good grade.
3 for 3 in the squat event.
Janet Mariano from Mexico, followed by Dominica Yansova. 142.5 kilos, 5 kilo jump. The bar is loaded.
.5 for Dianet Mariano of Mexico. Came into the event with a 127.5 as a personal best. We're well beyond that.
Good leg, 2-1. Next lifter, Dominika Janso from Czech Republic. Bar is still in 42.5 kilos and bar is loaded.
And 42.5 for Dominika Jansova of Czechia. Ooh, just a little too much.
No lead. The next lifter, Madison Warren from Canada. Only 42.5 kilos. Bar is loaded for Warren.
And Madison Warren, 142.5, once again missed it on her second. Just coming out of the hole. She has hit 145. 21 years old, 3-year veteran of the game. Nope.
Now I wonder if it's a little bit maybe like a lack of fight or something's a little off, because it's only 2.5 up from her opener. So you would think that maybe this should be a little bit more manageable, but it seems like she's not even able to get past rising out of the hole. So I wonder if there's something a little bit more to it.
Might be more to the story. And Leah Kearney of Ireland, 142.5. for her third and final squat attempt. Previous personal best was 130. That's 142.5. Previous personal best is 132.5. 10 kilo. Whoa! Wasn't gonna pass, but I tell you what,
Not today.
almost fought past that initial sticking point.
From Netherlands, Rockman Janek, 145 kilos, bar is loaded.
Go up, young nigga. Let's go.
Janek Brockman of Netherlands, 145. She's hit 142.5 previously. It's a 2.5 kilo personal best. Veteran of the international scene. Oh, can she fight through? Nope.
Almost done.
Almost made it through the sticking point.
The next lifter from Norway, Martha Shelta. Bar is loaded, 147.5 kilos. For the silver.
Marta Hjelta of Norway. Oh, good fight on Marta to push through that sticking point. And she fought for that extra 5 kilos. Personal best.
And the last one, Sofia Ayala from the United States, 155 kilos. The bar is loaded for Sofia.
Sofia Ayala of US, 155. This is the last squat of Group B. Then we will immediately move into the flight of Group A.
Just not today.
Now today, just before the lockout, strength fails her, and there's how squats look leading into Group A. Still got one more flight of the 63 juniors. Expect things to shake up. As Yu Nomura of Japan has 140 kilos loaded for opening squat. Yu amongst the heavy hitters and has a strong possibility of getting onto that platform. She has a very big deadlift. The biggest deadlift opener of the 63 kilo juniors. Also has an odd fascination with cows. Notice the headband, dresses like in a cow suit for training. I kid you not, Gavin.
You know what?
Wait till you see her at the banquet. I guarantee you, my friend.
You know what? Sometimes what you need to do is try and assume the strength of a bull, of an ox. All
Yeah.
right? I think that's exactly what she's trying to do.
Assume
I
the-
understand it.
The
I
old,
get
the
it.
old adage, strong as a cow.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Sarah Raggi of Italy, 145 for her first squat attempt.
And good way.
2-1, it's good.
Next lifter is from Great Britain, Tara Pickett. Bar is loaded, 145 kilos.
And Tara Piggott, 145. And it's pretty smooth.
Good lift. Next lifter is from Ireland, Jodie Stevens. Bar is loaded 145 kilos.
Jodie Stevens of Ireland, 145 on the bar for her opening squat. She's hit 155, 21 years old. First year of powerlifting, already in Group A at the IPF World Championships. And that was smooth, Gavin.
Very strong squat.
And good legs, all wides. Lucy Robinson, Great Britain, 150 kilos, and bar is loaded for Lucy.
Great Britain's Lucy Robinson, 150 kilos for her opening squat. Lucy, just 20 years old, already a 6-year veteran of the game. And makes easy work of 150 kilos.
Good leg. Next lifter, Boston Alba from Sweden. The bar is loaded.
Alba Bostrom of Sweden, 152.5. 4-year veteran of the game and definitely a podium threat. She's been at multiple international events. Smooth squat. Gavin, we were talking to Alba earlier this week. You could not find somebody more disciplined. Right down to, she said she lights out 7 p.m., would love to go to the banquet if it started at 5. She does not deviate from the plan. Let's see if it pays off.
And I think it will. I think it will pay off. I mean, to be honest with you, if it doesn't, I'm going to feel really bad for her.
And I asked her about the sacrifice and discipline. She said, for me, it is no sacrifice. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy. Mackenzie Rose of Canada, 155. Last year as a junior.
And every single athlete here, I mean, this is the World Championship, right? These are the best lifters in the world. It all requires a degree of discipline and sacrifice that honestly is immeasurable, right? And everyone comes in with different circumstances and different situations. So there's not a single athlete that we're going to see here today perform that hasn't had to make some sort of sacrifice or instill some sort of discipline. And that's the beauty of this sport.
Samantha Eugenie from France. Best squat to date, 182.5. World record, 183.5. Will we see that world record taken for a ride? Let's see how this 162.5 goes. She's back. Samantha is back. 3 white lights. And if the juniors from France have shooters, Samantha is leading that charge. I remember in 2019 when the drums were beating heavy for her, winning the sub-juniors, and the drums are starting to pick up again. 167.5. France back to back. Ludovine Delos. France has such deep talent now on their national team. They could probably field 2 teams if they wanted to, especially on the women's side. All of them contenders for the throne. And this is scary.
I don't know if it's scary, Ryan. I think it's just very exciting.
Well, I feel those butterflies in my tummy. And Nomura, we're just going to take a quick peek at the squat standings there. So obviously a lot of squatting left to go as we enter the second round. And Yu Nomura of Japan, 150 on the bar for her. When you have a deadlift like you just need to keep pace, keep tight enough, and when the deadlift event comes, she'll start covering ground.
Sorry, not a good lift. 2-1.
Let's take a look at the replay.
From Italy, Sarah Raji.
You know what?
150 kilos. Bar is loaded for Sarah.
Looked all right to myself, but I'm not on the platform. Sarah Raggi of Italy, 150. She's hit 152.5.
Good lift.
2-1, it's a good lift.
Bar is loaded 152.5 kilos.
Tara coming out to 152.5 kilos as well. Tara's hit 157.5 previously.
Good lift.
Blue white lights.
Jody Stevens, 155 kilos. By elbow Bostrom from Sweden. Bar is loaded 155 kilos.
Jody Stevenson, the pride of Ireland, 155. This will match her previous personal best. Three whites.
Next up to from Sweden, Elba Bostrom, followed by Lucy Robinson. Bar is loaded for Bostrom, 157.5 kilos.
Alba Bostrom returns with 157.5 kilos. Gavin, we've been speaking with her. She had been coming back from an injury and said she feels stronger than ever. Well, previously it was 155, her PR. We're already in PR territory on her second attempt.
Yeah, she did say the training was going really, really well.
Oh,
Obviously,
wow.
it has been.
When a smile flashes on your face halfway through a personal best, and it's only the second round.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what that feels like. Kind of wish I did, but maybe I need to be going to bed at 7 p.m. every night.
Well, that's right, too. Complete dedication in Lucy Robinson of Great Britain. 160 on the bar, matching her personal best. Makes easy work of it.
Good lift. The next lifter, Mackenzie Rose from Canada. Bar is loaded 162.5 kilos. 7.5 jump.
And Mac Rose comes out 162.5, 7.5 kilo jump. She holds the Canadian national record with 164. stitch too high. Yeah, from that angle, needs to dip down just a bit further. Samantha Eugene from France, 172.5. We are itching closer and closer to world record territory. 10 kilo jump, 162.5, offered very little resistance. And how strong is Samantha? But that'll set her back. Oh, wow.
From France, 175 kilos. The bar is loaded.
France might approach the jury.
7.5 jump.
They did get a white light. They're allowed to approach. Likely should have that conversation. 175 for Delos of France. And a strong, confident squat there. Three whites. And Samantha will retake 172.5. I didn't see Team France approach the jury table. Might have been worth that conversation. But instead, opting to retake 172.5, how much that sets her back? If she was aiming to get to 184 range. And 150 for you, Nomura of Japan.
Yeah, well, she also doesn't want to risk giving up too much of a lead there, right? Because she is a contender for that podium. So if she goes up and she can't hit depth or something happens on that third, well, she's in even bigger trouble than she would be had she hit that 172.5.
Right, instead of 184, she moves forward to 162.5. It is high risk, high reward. Samantha, the gold medal favorite, but there's a lot of lifting left to go, and we've seen gold medal favorites not come home with the gold. Already,
right.
Sarah Raji from Italy, 155 for her third and final squat.
And referee say, not a good lift, 2-1. Tara from Great Britain. Bar is loaded 160.
Just a stitch too high for Sarah.
5 kilo jump.
Tara, 157.5, 5 kilo jump. Oh, wow. Great scrap.
Three
Three white lights.
Congratulations. We're moving to Jody Stevens from Ireland, 160 kilos. Bar is loaded for Stevens at 5 kilo jump. And this will be a new personal best.
Jody Stevens, 160 kilos. 5 kilo personal best, 5 kilo jump from her second move well. Depth for sure. Wow. The Fighting Irish scrapping through that sticking point. Collector white lights.
The next lifter from Sweden, Alba Bostrom, 162.5 kilo. The bar is loaded for Alba. A 5 kilo jump.
Sweden's Alba Bostrom loading up 162.5 kilos. This will, if temporarily, put her into silver medal position on the squats. More importantly, adding 5 kilos towards her total.
I definitely think she has this.
Not sure what happened there for a second. That was...
You know what? I think what happened. So, I've experienced this with myself too. If I really try and go as deep as I can, it's not that the strength is lost. It's just because of a weird lack of tension due to trying to get that deep, whatever it may be. You actually hit these like weird sticking points, but it's not a strength sticking point. It's almost like your body has to recover from going that deep, and then once it finds itself again, it comes back up. But sometimes what that'll do is it causes this weird like kind of dip down in the bar.
Seems like a reasonable explanation. It's a shame because, like you said, she was definitely strong for it. That'll set her back a bit. Mac Rose, 162.5.
Just not today. The next lifter, Robinson Lucy, 165 kilo. A new personal best. Bar is loaded for Lucy.
And Lucy Robinson, 165. This will take her from a bronze in squat to a silver. Three white lights.
Congratulations. Now we have Samantha Eugene from France. 72.5.
Somewhat surprising situation here. Samantha coming to swap bronze for silver. Didn't think I'd be saying that for the squat event. We thought we'd be having the conversation gold for squat, possibly a world record. But here we are. How this looks in the bigger picture. A lot of that's going to depend if she could sink 172.5 and get it on the board. Much deeper.
And referees say, good leg.
She's
Congratulations.
struts off the platform. I don't even think she looked back for the white. She knew, yeah, I sunk that one, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take my 3 whites and be on my way. Thank you very much. And I'll dip. I'll see you in the bench press. Delos, also from France, 180. And this is the gold for France. And this is also speaks to the depth of the French powerlifting team. France getting greedy with those squat medals. Already has the gold locked up, wants to add another 5 kilos towards her total. And believe me when I tell you, she is a podium threat. What color of medal yet to be decided. Wow. Oh, wow.
See what the judges say.
And Team France.
Well deserved. And honestly, so that attempt, I think, moved very similar to the second. And I was a little concerned about that 5 kilo jump from the second. But she made me look like an idiot. That looked great.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I'll tell you what. She hits a convincing 180, collects herself the gold medal, while teammate Samantha Eugenie grabs the silver for Team France, and Lucy Robinson of Great Britain snatches the bronze. Do not go anywhere. We will take a short 10-minute break when we will return with the bench press event. Welcome back to the IPF World Championships live in Istanbul, Turkey. I am Ryan Six-Pack Lapidat, and I'm accompanied in the booth with none other than former junior world champion, now in the open, Gavin Eden. Gavin, this is the 63 kilo junior women's class. And already in the squat event, we've seen a little bit, I wouldn't say shake up, but the proverbial favorite in the squat event, Samantha Eugenie from France, having to quote unquote settle for a silver. Now I say settle, she was a gold medal favorite for that event, possible world record in play. And France, so deep on that national team, still collected the gold medal, but possibly indicating and foreshadowing this is not written in stone. Samantha Eugenie cannot just walk onto that platform and eat food. She's got to battle and scrap if she wants that 63 kilo junior world title.
Yeah, this is very true, but this is a world championship, and unfortunately, no matter what happened in training, it's what happens on the platform that truly matters, and just because you did in training does not mean it can be done on the platform. So the day is anybody's guess, but at the end of the day, you have to give everything you've got, and I think that's exactly what these athletes are doing. And you know, as long as their coaches have a good strategy, they'll make it to where they want to go. Strategy
will be key, and putting it together on the platform is how you add up the kilos onto the total. Anya Lawrence, 55 kilos for a bench opener. This is Group B. We have two groups for the 63 kilo women. So Group B will be the first flight. And then after the first flight is completed with Group B, we will then immediately move into Group A, into the second flight. Sophia Ayala of USA, 60 kilos. Down to 30 seconds. I don't think she wants to run down that clock because you need a lift in to secure your total.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
Not sure what, oh, here she comes, but that's going to be, well, headphones still in play as well. Look, she's got 10 seconds here. I don't think this is going to happen. You want to talk a rushed. You're not even going to have time for a handoff. Oh my gosh. Do I stand corrected? Oh my God, that might be the fastest, quickest.
Is there an award for that?
Look at, she did walk off the platform, holding her hammy, probably just a cramp. I don't think it's anything major. That right hamstring, she grabs it. That's what happens when you rush through, but hats off to her.
Yeah.
Talk about efficiency, my friend.
Yeah. No, well, you know what, though? This is part of the competition. And actually, I've heard some athletes talk about maybe wanting to reduce the amount of time you have just to kind of pick up the pace and pick up. But you have instances like this where it's like, well, you know what? A minute, it may seem long, but it's really not. You don't have that much time.
I haven't seen somebody get ready that quickly than last time I saw you getting ready in the morning, getting down to the live stream.
Well, you know what? As long as I show up before you, then it doesn't matter.
Dianette Mariano of Mexico, 70 kilos.
Good play.
3 whites.
From Canada, Madison Warren. Bar is loaded.
Canada, 2 lifters in the 63 kilo juniors, 1 in Group A, 1 in Group B. This is Madison Morin, 70 kilos.
Strong press, though. She does look a little uneven on that bench. Did you see her foot set up there?
I also noticed that. Now, I had experienced that. Sometimes one side is tighter than the other. I bet you when she deadlifts, she has an overhand and an underhand and it's mixed grip. It does happen.
It's very possible.
We'll see when she sets up in the second if this is a pattern, if that was a one-off.
Yeah, and it didn't affect the bar path, which is interesting. Usually if something's a little quirky or off or imbalanced, then you'll actually kind of see that rotation of the bar as they press or something like that. And we didn't see that. So maybe it's kind of just, it may look a little abnormal to us, but for her, it feels completely normal.
We'll also see nothing like adding a little more weight for these things to start popping out, maybe foreshadowing. Anna from Belgium, 72.5, and it's good.
All right, the next lifter, Leah Curie from Ireland, 72.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Leah Kearney from Ireland, 72.5 kilos for her opening bench.
Good way.
Three whites and it's good.
From Norway, Marke Charta, 75 kilos, followed by Dominika Jansova.
75 kilos for Marta, representing Norway.
And referees say, good work, all whites. The next lifter, Dominika Jansova from Czech Republic, followed by Janek from Netherlands. Bar is loaded.
Dominika Jansova of Czechia, 82.5. And that was a smooth opener.
And referees say, good way, all whites. The next lifter, from Netherlands, Brooklyn Janek, 100 kilos. Bar is loaded.
Jeanette Brockman of Netherlands, 100 kilo even.
Let's go, come on. Good, what you do?
Good way.
Three whites good, and so far,
Lawrence A. 60 kilos.
never mind, I'll let that moment pass. Moving on to the second round of benching.
The bar is loaded for Lawrence.
Enya Lawrence from USA.
Good way.
And it's good.
The next lifter, Sophie from United States, 65 kilos, followed by Madison Lauren. The bar is loaded for Sofia.
Sofia Ayala taking her second attempt with 65 kilos in Group B. This is the first flight. Group A to follow in the second flight. So many 63 juniors. We have split by nominations. This is the bottom half.
Googling. Madison Warren from Canada, followed by Mariana Dianet. 75 kilos for the Madison.
And 75 kilos, Madison Warren of Canada. Now's the start command, but she hasn't started. She took a little while to start there. Not sure. She seemed to be looking side to side there.
No lead. The next is third, Mariano Dianet from Mexico, followed by Greece.
That was interesting. I'm not sure. The hesitation to begin the descent.
Yeah, it kind of looked like maybe she didn't have the bar under control there. I'm not sure, but I've never really seen something like that before.
Maybe the grip, maybe she had gripped it, and when she unracked it, she realized, oh my gosh, I didn't grip this appropriately, then got the start command, then was in a bit of
Yeah.
a situation like, well, I guess I'm going to have to take this. Dianet Mariano from Mexico.
Googling. The next lifter from Belgium and Sophie Greece. Bar is loaded 77.5 kilo. A 5 kilo jump.
.5 kilos, and from Belgium, 5 kilo jump. Previous personal best, 73.5 kilos. Makes easy work of it.
Googling. All wise. Next lifter from Ireland, Kearney Leah. 77.5 kilo, bar is loaded.
And Leah Kearney of Ireland, 77.5 kilo for her second attempt.
Googling.
3 whites, and it's good.
Next lifter from Norway, Chalta Martha. 82.5 kilo, bar is loaded.
Too much, 82.5 from Marta of Norway.
Next lifter, Dominika Jansova. 87.5 kilos, followed by Janek Bruckman from Netherlands. Bar is loaded for Jansova.
Jeanette Brockman, 105, coming up next.
A 5 kilo jump from Brockman. Bar is loaded.
No lift off. Gavin, why do you think a lifter might ask for no lift off?
Well, it depends. I think the two primary reasons are, number one, you never know what you're going to get, and communicating with your spotters and loaders, communicating with really anyone on the platform and an international meet can be very difficult because they may not speak your language, right? So that's number one. Number two, it takes time for that person who gave you the handoff to get out of the way. And the longer it takes him to get out of the way, then unfortunately the longer it's going to take for the head judge to give you that start command.
Good play.
3 whites. And in speaking with that start command, the bench press event, the only event that has 3 commands, you have the start command, you only get that when your head and butt and feet have contact, head and butt on the bench, feet flat on the ground. If your arms are locked, you'll get the start command. And Enya Lawrence, 65 kilo for a third and final attempt, sorry. If during the lift, your head comes up, butt comes up, foot comes up, that will be a yellow. If there's up-down motion, that would be a blue. Bar must move in one direction on the way down, and then one direction after you get the press command on the chest. And you only get that press command when the bar is motionless on the chest.
And referee say, knowledge. Next lifter, Sophia Ayala from United States, followed by Madison Moore. Bar is loaded for Sophia, 67.5 kilos. 2.5 jump from her second.
Sophia Ayala, 67.5 kilos for her third and final attempt, 2.5 kilo jump.
Good play. Madison Moore.
3 whites.
Followed by Ariana Guinea from Mexico. 75 kilos. Bar is loaded for
Madison Warren of Canada, 75 kilos for her third and final bench. Whoa, that was tough. Yellow, and the yellow means if you beat the command, it's a technical foul.
Mariano from Mexico, 80 kilos.
As opposed to, yeah, you see here, you can't hear audibly, but she beat the command. Dianette Mariano, 80 kilos, 2.5 kilos above her second attempt.
Referee say, good play. All one.
3 whites, it's a good lift.
Leah Kearney. Bar is loaded. 80 kilos.
Leah Kearney, 80 kilos. Oh, wow. right.
Jalfa from Norway, followed by Breeze from Belgium. Bar is loaded, 82.5 kilos.
And Marta from Norway, 82.5 kilos for her third and final. Missed this on her second. And she locks it out.
Good way! 2 to 1.
2 to 1, it's good.
Bar is loaded for Breeze from Belgium.
82.5 for Breeze. No lift.
No lift. Dominik Jansova from Czech Republic, followed by Janet from Netherlands. Bar is loaded for Jansova, 87.5 kilos.
87.5 kilos. Dominika Jansova from Czechia. Failed this on her second, looking to retake it on her third. Too much on her third as well.
Janet Rockwood from Netherlands, 107.5 kilos.
And wrapping up
Bar is loaded.
the end of Flight 1, which encompasses Group B of the 63 kilo juniors, Jeanette Brockman of Netherlands, 107.5. This will match her personal best. 2.5 kilos over her second attempt. And handles that well.
Good play. All lines. The next lifter is Lucy Robinson from Great Britain.
A look at Group B, our first flight. Jeanette taking the lead, but we are about to advance into Group A with Lucy Robinson of Great Britain, beginning with 70 kilos.
Lucy
Draw your
Robinson,
attention to
Great
the
Britain.
huge opener by Alba Bollström of Sweden with 115. World record is 133. There's a possibility. Cleaning off the platform now.
Bar is loaded for Robinson.
The ladies come out sometimes, chalk on their back to create some friction with the platform when you're getting into place. We'll see Lucy here. Not an aggressive setup, but some of the ladies with a more aggressive setup want that traction. Lucy makes easy work of 70 kilos.
Good play.
And they will use chalk to gain that traction.
Next lifter from Ireland, Jodie Stevens, followed by Tara Pickett from Great Britain.
Jodie Stevens, 80 kilos.
Bar is loaded 80 kilos for Stevens.
See the chalk on Jodie's back across her traps. Now watch her drive her traps into the bench. The chalk there to create a little bit of friction drives those traps into the bench, using the bar to wedge herself into place, and then lowers her butt to the bench, creating that arch, getting the shoulders in place. It's a lot more friendly on the shoulders, mitigates the range of motion, and puts her in a good position for pressing power, as well as creating that tension throughout the core for optimal leg drive. It is a full body movement when done correctly. Look at her legs tense up as the leg drive kicks in, and that's where, if their butt comes off the bench, it's an infraction. We got Tara with 82.5 representing Great Britain, opening bench. Well done.
Good play. The next lifter, Sarah Wright from Italia, followed by Yu Nomura. Bar is loaded 85 kilos.
Sarah Raggi of Italy, 85 kilos. Makes easy work of it.
The next lifter, Yu Nomura from Japan. Bar is loaded 87.5 kilos.
Japan's Yu Nomura, 87.5 kilos.
Good play. All right. Congratulations to the next lifter from France, Louis Bellows. Bar is loaded 87.5 kilos.
Ludivine Bellos, representing the powerhouse in the women's powerlifting division, France, with 87.5 kilos, opening bench. Makes easy work of it.
Good play. All right. The next lifter, Mackenzie Rose from Canada, followed by Samantha Eugene. Bar is loaded 90 kilos.
Mackenzie Rose of Canada opening with 90 kilos. And that's a smooth press.
Good play.
Good attempt selection by the national teams.
Followed by Albert Austin
No major scraps for any of these
7.5
opening.
from Sweden, 150 kilo. The bar is
Elba
loaded.
Bolstrom, 100 and driving her traps.
Record's looking pretty attainable for Alba today.
It's a vulnerable world record.
Lucy Robinson from Great
But then
Britain.
again, she's going to have to jump more than 15 kg to make that.
They'll take some aggressive movements, and Lucy Robinson of Great Britain, 75 kilo on the bar for her. Don't have the lights yet, but I believe it's a good lift.
The next lifter,
3 whites, Lucy Robinson of Great Britain. And it's good.
good way.
Tara from Great Britain, 87.5 kilos for a second attempt. 2.5 kilos below her personal best.
90 kilos. The bar is loaded.
Yu Nomura from Japan. That's a smooth second attempt.
Good way. Our next lifter, Louis Dells from France, 92.5 kilos loaded on the bar.
Ludovine Bellos of France, 92. Handles it well, collects
Good way.
5 kilos and matches her previous personal best.
Mackenzie Rose from Canada. Bar is loaded, 92.5 kilos. Good way.
2.5, collecting 2.5 kilos,
Followed by Alba Bolstrom.
entering into the triple digits now, Gavin.
This is some exciting stuff, especially since we're only on the second attempt.
The bar is loaded.
Samantha, 102.5 from Team France.
And referees say, good way, so wide.
I think it was very right. For some lifters it works, but for the far into the air.
117.5 moved like an opener would.
However, to make a jump from 117.5 to the 133,
It's drastic.
that is drastic. Do we happen to know Alba's current personal best?
It already came and went, but
Since she's competed, so maybe she's saying, you know what, I want to take what's here. I don't want to be too overzealous, and it looks like she's going up another 2.5 kg for that third. So.
too much. On our second, retaking it on our third. Too much.
Today, the next lifter, Tara Piggott from Great Britain, followed by
Tara from Great Britain, 92.5 kilos, 2.5 kilos above her previous personal best. And Yu Nomura, 2.5 kilo jump. If you look at the projected spots on the podium, add to that all 4 of these lifters close enough to take the world title. It is the biggest deadlifter of the pack, goes 3 for 3 in the bench event. They're setting themselves up, aren't they, Gavin?
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
2.5 kilo behind Samantha Eugene and Alba Bolstrom, both at 275, extremely close in this race for the gold, 63 kilo junior. And to my eyes,
Allow that bar to cock back my wrist, and what that does is it helps maintain the bar path, right, a little bit higher up on my torso. That way it stays more in line with my chest and my shoulders, right? And then as she
efficient lift, 95 kilo by Mac Rose. Also grabbing 2.5 kilo. And Samantha Eugene, 105. These subtotals so close. The projected, which take into consideration all completed lifts as well as your opening deadlift. Three whites, and these ladies are all hitting their final and third attempts. All of the top end. I gotta think 120 is gonna move just as well.
Yeah, she's a very consistent, very strong lifter, and we saw it in the squat. I think we're about to witness it in the bench.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
it really makes me wonder, though, why she only chose, I say only, but obviously she has the gold in the bench press, but why she chose to make such small jumps. I would assume maybe even just, if you're going to want to do that, maybe even just give yourself the 5 kg from the first to the second and then take the 2.5 from the second to the third. I don't know, what do you think?
In a race this close, one would, strategizing, I mean, I get it. The fall off, and you had said previously in other sessions, the fall off on the bench press can come quickly, particularly with an intricate setup like Alba's, and perhaps they just want to collect the kilos that are guaranteed, if anything's guaranteed. Let's take a look at the totals now. This is from Group B. We'll take a look at Group A's totals, subtotals. Well, Group A subtotals right now, Jessica Alba leading the pack, 277.5 on body weight. Samantha Eugene from France, also 277.5, but she weighs just a stitch heavier. Tie goes to the lighter lifter, but not far behind, just 2.5 kilos behind. France, Delos with 275, very, very close in the subtotal. But Yu Nomura of Japan, while her subtotal is 245, The moment she pulls her opening dead, which is 200 kilos, and she's the biggest deadlift opener, she immediately becomes a contender and within 5 kilos of the rest of the pack. It is that close between the top 4. We only have 3. Welcome back to the IPF World Championships here live in Istanbul, Turkey. I am Ryan Six-Pack Lapadat, accompanied in the booth by Gavin Aiden, and we have the 63 kilo junior women's class. And this is a look at the totals as they stand now as we enter the deadlift event with Alba Bolstrom of Sweden having a lead on body weight over Samantha from France, both at 277.5, and just 2.5 kilo behind them is Delos, also from France. But keep your eyes on you, Nomura of Japan. I realize on the rankings and the subtotals, it says 245, and she's down at number 7. But as soon as she pulls that big 200 kilo opener, she is off to the races and will quickly be covering that gap as we throw it down to the platform.
Anya Lawrence from Team USA with 125 on the bar to kick us off for the first round of deadlifts. Very efficient pull. Great opener.
Good play. Brings and Sophie from Belgium, followed by Martha Alpha from Norway. 137.5 kilos. Bar is loaded.
And Sophie from Belgium, 137.5 on the bar for her opener. Another great pull. So far, both lifters that have started us off seem to have plenty of room to go for their second attempt.
From Norway, followed by Leah Kearney from Ireland. Bar is loaded, 145 kilos.
Martha from Team Norway, 145 on the bar. Great pull. It's kind of common for lifters, especially on the first attempt of the deadlift, to rush their setup and not be as patient with the wedge. Just really, really important when it comes to pulling slack and initiating your pull. And it seems like our lifters are doing that perfectly fine. And Leah Kearney from Team Ireland getting ready to pull 145 kg. Easy, wow. Great opener. Definitely has room to go for a second.
Next lifter, Yannicka from Netherlands, followed by Mariana Clement. Bar is loaded, 160 kilos.
Yannicka from Team Netherlands, 160 kg on the bar. Not too much of a struggle there. Looked still pretty good for an opener. All that matters is that she's got 3 white lights. She can continue on, and everything is on the board. Mariana from Team Mexico, 160. Very strong pull. A lot of these conventional lifters seem to be doing what they can to make these pulls as efficient as possible by locking the knees at the top, which for a lot of lifters tends to be a struggle. A lot of lifters get bad calls or red lights because they fail to keep their knees locked out at the top, and this is very, very common for conventional pullers, but all lifters seem to be doing this quite well. So.
Yeah, just to speak on those failed lifts. So a red for lockout, a blue would be if there's up-down motion, it can only go on its way up. And a yellow if they beat any commands And in the deadlift, there's just a down command at the end of the pole.
165 kilos.
And Sofia Ayala of US, 165 kilos.
Good lift. Madison Warren from Canada, warrants 165 kilos.
Canada's Madison Warren, 165.
Good lift.
3 whites and the lift is good.
For the second attempt, Anya Lawrence, followed by Boris and Sophie. Bar is loaded for Lawrence.
Anya Lawrence from Team USA with 140 on the bar. She had a strong opener. I have a good feeling the second attempt will be the same.
Good lift.
3 white lights for Anya.
Next lifter, Boris and Sophie from Belgium, followed by Kearney Leah. Bar is loaded.
And Sophie, Team Belgium, 150 kg on the bar for her second attempt.
Now, her personal best is 145.5. Judging by that number, it's a record of sort back home. This could be a national record in Belgium.
And this is now likely to be a new personal best for Anne Sophie.
Good lift. Next lifter, Lydia from Ireland, followed by Marta from Norway. The bar is loaded, 155 kilos.
Leah from Team Ireland. The team is definitely getting behind her on this one. This is her second attempt with 155 kg.
Equaling her previous personal best in a 10-kilo jump.
Easy.
Good lift.
Handled the 10 kilos well.
Now she'll be in an interesting position because anything she does to go up from there will be a new personal best. So depending on how ambitious she wants to be, well, we'll have to see. But I definitely think she has 2.5 to 5 kg in her for no problem.
I would say 5 easy and 7.5 if she's feeling ambitious.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Martha from Norway with 157.5 locks it out.
Good lift.
3 white lights. It's a good lift. So far, so good for everyone in this first flight.
Netherlands, followed by Madison Warren.
And they're moving at a pretty brisk pace.
The bar is loaded.
9 lifters isn't one of the bigger flights. Spotters and loaders, despite us being yay deep.
Miss Brockman from Team Netherlands, 167.5. Strong. Let's see what the judges say.
Good
3 white lights.
lift.
Now, she looked like she rushed her setup and her wedge a little bit more than she did for her opener here, which, as I was saying before, it's really important that lifters take their time to set up, pull slack properly, and wedge their hips into the bar in order to make sure that they have a smoother, more efficient lockout. Madison Warren, Team Canada, 167.5. Slow is fast in this sport. That was smooth.
Isn't that the truth? I tell you what, her opener was relatively close at speed, and some people just aren't fast with those lifts.
Mariano from Team Mexico, 170 kg on the bar.
166 is her personal best. Again, we move up in increments of 2.5, and if it's 166, that might have been a record back home as well.
Looks like she'll be breaking that record back home pretty soon, as she just set a new personal best. Dominika from Czechia with a 172.5 on the bar.
176, her personal best. Again, probably a record back home, and this shouldn't surprise you to get this information. These ladies are the best of the best. They're national champions, national record holders, and there's a background story of significance to all of these lifts.
Yeah. As we see every session, it becomes easier and easier to forget that this is a world championship. This is a collection of the best the world has to offer in drug-tested powerlifting. You don't get better than this. And every athlete you see here is the best. They are the cream of the crop, the top athletes in the world, and they are performing as is.
Referee say, good play. For third attempts, we have Anya Lawrence, followed by Breeze and Sophie. The 7.5 kilo jump from Anya, and with personal best attempt.
About to enter the third round of deadlifts now as we look at the deadlift rankings thus far, but expect some shakeups. Could change your third deadlift twice.
Anya Lawrence from Team USA with 147.5 on the bar made a fairly big jump from her second attempt. Proved to be just a little bit too much.
Not today.
You know, it's tricky. Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
It can be tricky with jumps on deadlifts. You know, I've had experience with athletes where the bigger the jumps, the better, because they can save more in the tank, especially on a smaller flight like this. But the problem, I think, with Anya, what might have happened is she took such a big jump from 125 kg to 140 kg for her opener to her second that she really kind of maybe gassed herself out going into that third. What do you think?
Flew a little too close to the sun, a little too close to her limit. Maybe she thought her limit was further away.
And Sophie from Team Belgium.
Now that is patience off the floor, but
Fortunately, the 155 kg did not budge.
Next lifter, from Norway.
But you know what? Looking at this, it looks like she maybe was a little forward too, which in the conventional deadlift means the world, because the more forward you are, the more back you're going to be using, as opposed to being able to treat the conventional deadlift more like a leg press.
The bar is loaded. 165 kilos.
165 kilo on the bar from Martha from Team Norway. I honestly thought that was going to come up. Sumo tends to be slower off the floor for most lifters, but then as soon as they get it, they'll be able to lock it out. But in this case, unfortunately, she just couldn't make it happen.
3 up, and we're 0-3 in the final polls for Group A. or Group B, sorry, and this is the first flight. We have another flight of lifters, which is our Group A, to follow.
Lots of energy in the crowd for Leah Kearney from Team Ireland, taking 165 kilo for her third attempt. Would be a personal best by 10 kg. This is a big one. Oh, looks like she's going to get it. Oh, so close.
Not today. Madison Warren, followed by Yannicka.
And we have Madison Warren getting ready from Team Canada to take 170 kg, just a 2.5 kilo increment up from her second attempt.
Madison, you'll notice, setting up in a conventional stance. And Gavin, what are the benefits to the stance that these lifters choose? I know you pull sumo.
I do. I am actually currently switching to conventional, and I guess this actually kind of segues me in quite nicely into the reasoning. For every lifter, it's going to be different, and I think every lifter will benefit from training both, but it's going to come down to your unique leverages, your limb lengths, right? But it's also going to come down to what you are comfortable with when it comes to lifting the most amount of weight possible, because this sport is about maximum force production. No one cares if you lift conventional sumo. All we care about is how much you can lift, right? So you have to find the movement best for you. Sumo tends to favor highly technical-based lifters. Conventional kind of swings to in the other direction, where they favor more muscularly developed lifters. Now, as we see here with Dominika from Czechia, it can be difficult to.
That was
Oh, I'm
Brockman,
sorry.
actually. Yeah,
that's
she's
right.
up
That's
next.
right. That's right. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. As we see here with this sumo pull, unfortunately, because it is such a technical lift, the positioning matters most, right? And so if you are even slightly out of position, it can be very difficult to complete the lift. Whereas conventional, it's kind of notorious for your ability to kind of almost like muscle through, right? Grind your way through it.
Bar is loaded for Dominika.
And now we have Dominika from Czechia with 177.5 on the bar. Three red lights.
Today, the next lifter, Annette Mariano, followed by Sofia Ayala.
Just one successful lift thus far in the third round for flight one. Again, one more flight to come, and that'll be the top end of the nominations for the 63 kilo junior lifters.
Miss Mariano from Team Mexico taking 180 kg. This is a 10 kilo jump from her second attempt. Quite a bit above her personal best, but she already crushed that on her second. So, and it looks like she crushed it on her third as well. Let's see what the judges say. Three white lights.
Having a banner day.
Congratulations. The next lifter is Sofia Ayala from United States. A 5 kilo jump.
Now to finish us off for this first flight for Group B, we have Sofia Ayala with 190 kg on the bar. She knows how important this third attempt is for her total. She's getting super amped up, as she should. Wow.
Oh, what a grind.
Finish it, come on.
My goodness.
Oh, so close. So close. And that usually tends to be one of the most common sticking points, I'd say, with conventional lifters. Right at the knees, and then it gets really, really tough to lock out, especially depending on how good your starting position was, and of course, your unique leverages.
Just can't get her hips through and shoulders back.
Now, just to wrap it up, we have in the deadlift Sofia Ayala in first right now. From Team USA, we have Ms. Mariano from Team Mexico in second, and Dominika from Czechia in third.
And we will be moving right into Flight 2, which is Group A. The top end of the nominations.
Rose McKenzie from Canada, 155 kilos.
Rose McKenzie from Team Canada with 155 kg on the bar to start us off.
Beltless.
Beltless. I didn't even notice. Wow. And no baby powder either. A lot of lifters tend to use baby powder to kind of reduce the friction, so it's not actually chalk. Some people think it's chalk on their thighs and on their deadlift socks, but it's baby powder, and they do that to reduce the friction, kind of make sure that that bar doesn't get slowed down by their singlet or their socks or anything like that. But she didn't seem to use a belt or baby powder, so.
An interesting choice. Why do you think she might not have used the belt?
You know, that I'm going to be honest, man. I really don't know. The deadlift is one of those movements where it can be very beneficial to have one. A very clean lift by Tara from Great Britain with 167.5. You know, the only thing I can think of in what I've heard from, but this is mainly from bigger size lifters, is the belt can be really uncomfortable when trying to wedge and get into a really good position, especially if you're pulling sumo. But that's the only thing I can think of, Ryan. I'm not quite sure, but look, if it works for her, then.
Give me a minute to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Alico, who supplied all of this lovely equipment you see on the platform, as well as all of the equipment in the warm-up room, and SPD, sponsor of several of these athletes and national teams. You can see the SPD Team France singlet on display right now.
And Delos wearing it proudly from Team France with 175 on the bar for her opening attempt.
Whoa.
Easy attempt.
That was smooth.
And a very aggressive pull.
Bar is loaded for Alba Bostrom from Sweden, 180 kilos.
Alba Bostrom from Sweden really looking to solidify her total here with her 180 kg opening deadlift. And makes easy work of it too.
Good leg.
3 white lights.
Next lifter from Italia, Raji Sara. Bar is loaded, 180 kilos.
Sarah from Team Italy carrying us forward, 180 kg on the bar as well. Very strong pull.
Secures her total, throws her belt over her shoulder to a job well done as she walks off the platform.
Bar is loaded, 180 kilos.
The hard work is done. Now it's all fun. Make some big jumps and cover some ground.
Jody from Team Ireland, again with 180. Very snappy deadlift.
Good leg.
3 white lights.
Next lifter is from Great Britain, Lucy Robinson, followed by Samantha Eugene. Bar is loaded from Lucy. 185 kilos.
185 kg on the bar from Lucy Robinson, Team Great Britain. Very strong pull.
In a very narrow conventional stance to the conversation we had previously. That's where she feels strongest.
Followed by Nomura Yu.
Concentrating the leg drive.
Yeah. Yeah, although there are, let's say, principles, I think, to each movement. Something like, for example, you'd like in the squat the bar to stay over the midline, the midfoot. It really is subject to change and evolve based on you and what you're comfortable with and your own muscular development and how you train as an athlete, right? And what, again, just simply what works for you. And so a lot of these athletes, especially these juniors, it takes time to develop your own technique, to develop your own way about things. Easy work for Samantha from Team France with 200 kg.
Good lift.
I don't know, man. What do you think her top end is? That was easy.
Well, first off, I think she changed her deadlift opener. It wasn't 200 kilos previously, and I think before the session, Team France changed it. And again, we've seen national teams hiding their intentions and messing with the prognosis.
Yeah, well, that's right, because originally Yu Nomura was the highest deadlift opener with 200 kg.
Speaking
and
of,
she's taking that now.
Looks smooth.
Makes very easy work of it.
we got a deadlift battle on our hands, sir.
We do have a deadlift battle. One thing I am a little concerned about is in the sumo, sometimes you do get called for soft knees. And with how wedged in her hips are, with how angled out her feet are, sometimes it might be difficult for you, to get her knees locked out at the top to the judge's satisfaction.
There is a look after the first round. Yu slightly ahead, only on body weight. Both her and Samantha pulled 200 kilos.
Rose McKenzie looking to take 160 kg for Team Canada for her second attempt. Is a 5 kilo jump from her opener.
Good lift.
3 white lights, and it looked like a pretty solid second attempt. I think she does have room for maybe a 2.5 to 5 kg jump going into her third.
Bar is loaded. 177.5 kilos for Tara.
177.5 kg for Tara from Team Great Britain. It's a 10 kilo jump from her first attempt. Just 2.5 kg under her personal best. Oh, so just as we were saying before, in the sumo, positioning is everything. And if you lose that position, it can be very difficult to finish that lift. And in this instance, it looks like that bar pulled her forward. And unfortunately, as a result, she doesn't have any leverage in that position, right? So it was very hard for her to kind of get that bar back on path. But with all the confidence in the world, we have Ms. Delos from Team France with 185 kg.
Yeah, she has a confident smirk on her face, like she knows the secret, and everybody's about to find out.
Yep. Great lift.
Good lift.
3 white lights.
Next lifter, Alba Bosform from Sweden, followed by Jody Stevens. Bar is loaded, 187.5 kilos.
Yeah, it is going to be a battle on that podium for all of these medals.
That's exactly right. Right now, everyone is pretty much neck and neck. What would you say, all the way through for the top 4 to 5 lifters?
Yeah, Samantha's got an advantage, but a lead so far.
Well, and Alba is catching up now with 187.5 kg pretty easily. for her second.
Should be noted as well, Samantha Eugene has put in 210.5 for a second attempt. That is a world record deadlift for her second round of deads.
Jody Stevens with 190 kg on the bar for Team Ireland. Oh,
Little bobble.
so close. And again, it can be really difficult to maintain balance and positioning, especially with something like the sumo. But the good news is that because it's technical, it could potentially be an easy fix in the warm-up room as she speaks with her coach going into her third.
Bar is loaded, 192.5 for Sarah.
192.5 kg on the bar for Team Italy's Sarah Raggi.
2.5 kilo personal best for Sarah.
Wow.
Yeah, handled that well. More room to grow from here. I love the way she throws her shoulder over her belt over her shoulder.
Oh yeah, it's pretty savage to be honest with you. And that was a, am I seeing that right? Was that a 12.5 kg jump from her opener?
Yeah, and it didn't slow her down much at that.
Lucy Robinson looking to rip 195 kg off the floor for Team Great Britain.
Locked in and referees say all right.
And she's done so successfully.
Congratulations.
And Samantha Eugene attempting 210.5. Now, I just want to make a note here, if I could jump in, Gavin. Yu Nomura also will attempt 210.5, but because Samantha Eugene has a lower lot number, she'll go first. And then Nomura, should Eugene hit it, will have to rise her attempt. But we'll have back-to-back world record attempts in the second round of deadlifts. We have a deadlift battle of epic proportions.
That's exactly right. And it could potentially end up leading to a battle for the podium as well.
The bar is loaded for Samantha. Come on, everybody.
Samantha Eugene getting super amped up for this world record attempt. 210.5 kg for Team France.
For Samantha.
464 pounds on the bar. And
Wow.
she gets it with ease, Ryan, with ease. It's a new world record.
Huge pull by
Congratulations.
Samantha. And the ball is now in the court of Yu Nomura. Can she reply back and take that world record?
No.
And you see now the 210.5, as I was saying earlier, gets bumped to 211.
11.
Look at the expression on Yu's face. Toe-to-toe world record attempts.
She's excited, man. Yu Nomura, Team Japan, 211 kg to beat the newly set world junior deadlift record.
That was a pretty smooth pull.
It was a very smooth pull. See what the judges say. Two reds. Now, I wonder if it was what we were referring to before about potentially there being some soft knees there. What do you think?
Yeah, they might have been turned a little soft there, actually. When we look at the replay, looked like there was definitely movement. So look, locked in and then slightly soft half a second later.
Yeah, it's really tough, man. It's a really tough call, especially for referees in that split second to see that, especially when it's a world record.
When you see movement, when I could tell where your lock is, and then it gets a little softer a second later, well, then that's not locked.
Right.
I saw it a second before.
Right.
It's not as locked as it could be.
We have Rose McKenzie taking 165 for Team Canada. It's a 5-kilo increment from her second attempt to lock in her third. Not today.
Not today.
That's right. I think some people forget that powerlifting is a unique sport because there's so many variables, so many factors that play into your performance on the day. And this was 5 kg just below her personal best of 170, right? So on any other day of the week, could be literally tomorrow, she might feel good enough to be taking 175. You know, but again, it's on a specific day, the World Championship, that it matters. And as a powerlifter, you kind of have to take that kind of thing into account. Tara from Team Great Britain taking 177.5.
Missed this on her second, retaking it now on her third. Oh, wow.
Just fighting for it. Ah.
Just that lockout.
Not today. The next lifter, Jody Stevens.
Unable to drive her hips through and get her shoulders back. Right at lockout.
Kilos.
190 kilo. Oh, sorry, Ryan. What were you going to say?
An attempt change just went in. Samantha Eugene 215.5. Another attempt change just went in, I believe. Okay, we got 3 attempt changes, I think. Samantha Eugene, Yu Nomura, and Lucy Robinson, I believe, are just... We'll keep you updated.
We have an attempt change.
Well, we can see things are getting heated in this room, man. I wish you guys could see the crowd beyond the booth, man. It is a full house. It is a packed room, all for this. Jody Stevens, Team Ireland, 190 kg on the bar. Looks like she gets it.
Green light is
lights.
good.
All right, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, this competition just got more exciting. We have attempt changes.
Yeah, the national teams, you can change your third and final pull twice, and you do this as you jockey around for position, both for the individual events of deadlift, squat, or well, just deadlift, that you can change your final attempt, and also the bigger picture jockeying around for the total on the podium.
Yeah. And every athlete is different in terms of what they care more about. I know I have a good friend of mine, Isaac Whistler, who he has told me specifically he truly does care about records. And I know for myself personally, I really do care about the world title, you know. And so every athlete is different. They're going to come in with a different game plan, but it's funny. We all have a game plan until we're here on the platform and things change and performances start to dictate exactly what our new strategy becomes.
Well, sometimes the total podium is out of reach, but the individual event podium is. and is dictated for you.
That's exactly right. Delos from Team France taking 190 for her third attempt.
Resting in the bronze medal position currently, can add 5 kilos towards her total with 5 more lifters to go. Somebody could try to attempt to take that bronze.
Almost locked in.
Looks like she locks it out.
And referees say, good
3 whites, so
Congratulations.
she was in bronze coming in, remains in bronze, but adds 5 kilo for anybody trying to take that position from her. And that's the advantage of having a big deadlift. You get to know exactly what you need to load the bar.
That's exactly right.
Bar is loaded. 195.
Alba Boström from Sweden looking to solidify her total for this World Championship meet with a third attempt of 195 kg on the bar, beating her personal best.
She locked.
And it looks like she gets it.
And referees, good
White
That was
lights.
a pretty smooth
Yeah, I
third.
think this entire meet has been
I think she's stronger
smooth-
than she anticipated.
Yeah.
And we'll look back and be like, you know what, maybe I put on a couple kilos here, a
Yeah.
couple.
Raji, 202.5 kg on the bar. Team Italy, the third attempt.
In the deadlifts. Oh, wow, looks like she might have done it.
Looks like she's done it.
Congratulations.
And is she excited for that one?
To her limit.
Anticipate, nope, you's gonna come out. So Samantha is saying essentially, I want to walk away with that record. I get the last pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether she hits or misses, she's not gambling with the 63 kilo world title. Now, can she lock her knees for this, Gavin? She leans so far back, it opens her knees, and unfortunately makes her lose balance as well.
It's a tough balance to strike as a lifter, right? Because you need your shoulders back, but you also need...
Leaning back, and his knees would be locked. He'd keep leaning back, his knees would unlock, unfortunately.
Exactly right.
Can be costly.
Bar is loaded for Samantha Eugene from France, 200.
Let's see if she can do it.
Look, she's got the world title locked up. Wants to finish with the world record pull.
She did it, man. That's it.
The return of Samantha Eugene.
Wow. I love it when somebody decides not only are they going to break the world record,
Record in squats, but that depth call set her back a little bit.
Yep.
Had to retake that weight. Could have had another world record there. I don't even think we've seen her top end, and that's a scary thought.
that's exactly right. Now, real quick, we'll wrap it up. We have in the deadlift, Samantha Eugene, of course, taking first, Sarah Raji taking second, and Una Moore taking third.
In the total,
Overall, we have Samantha Eugene taking the gold for Team France, Alba Boström taking silver for Team Sweden, and Miss Delos taking the bronze for Team France.
quite the 1-2 punch for Team France. And don't go anywhere. We have the medal ceremony coming up. And just later on today, the 74 kilo sub-junior and junior men's.
Sultani from Iran and Javier de Puertorac from France to give the medals to all the athletes deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, 63 kilo juniors in the squat event, bronze medal is for Lucy Robinson from Great Britain. Silver medal is for Samantha Eugene from France. And the gold is for Ludwig Delos from France. Thank you. In the bench press, bronze medal is for Samantha Eugene from France. And the silver is for Yannicka Brockman from Netherlands. And the gold, Alba Bostrom from Sweden. Thank you. In the deadlift, third place bronze medal is for Yu Nomura from Japan. The silver medal, Sarah Raggi, Italia. And the gold medal is for Samantha Eugene from France. Samantha holding the world record in the deadlift. In total, 63 kilo juniors, bronze medal is for Ludwig Delos from France. The silver medal, Alba Bostrom from Sweden. And the gold medal, Samantha Eugene from France. Congratulations. Now everybody, please stand up for the national anthem of France. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody. A round of applause for all the athletes competing.